Welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I would just run through and answer a whole bunch of questions that I've received over the last couple of months. They're just good questions that I thought I'd answer and give you some more guidance and help if you're a beginner editor. So let's go. How do clients share footage to you and how do clients send notes, etc.? Generally, footage will just be uploaded to like Dropbox or Google Drive. But to be fair, I've literally come across some of these cloud platforms that I didn't even know existed. I'm pretty sure Microsoft have some sort of platform, WeTransfer, the list just goes on. There's just so many different cloud upload sites that I've come across. It's actually mind-blowing. I didn't even know half of them existed. In terms of notes, if there's only a handful of amendments to make in a video, generally people will just send a message on WhatsApp and say, just change this. Sometimes some clients like to work in spreadsheets, so they like me to upload the videos obviously to Drive or Dropbox or whatever, and then link it all in so they can see all the videos just on one nice page and then put their notes in cells and whatever. So a lot of people, everyone does it in different ways, but the main one I'd say is a website called frame.io. Did you get the Netflix job from a cold email or through another route? Yes and no. I didn't directly get the Netflix job from a cold email, but one cold email got me connected with one person, and from that one person branched off into a whole lot of people, and the Netflix job came from one of those whole lot of people. What's the outreach template you used? I assume this is for the little series of videos I did where I tried to make as much money in 30 days as I could. It is in the second video. Just go watch this video. How did you make the email template? Was it ChatGPT? Everyone seems to use ChatGPT these days. I hardly use it. I think I've used it like maybe no more than 5 times. For that challenge, that email template, I would have taken inspiration from a podcast that Colin and Samir did with someone, I forget his name, but I remember I was watching that to construct like a good email template. So yeah, I wrote it myself to a degree with some help from videos. How do you find emails for clients and create a list of people to reach out to? I'll be making a video on this next year. I've also had a lot of questions about that. When am I making that video? I will make a video about how to find contacts for clients and clients as a whole early next year. So if you want to see that, stay tuned, but it'll be coming soon. The reason I haven't done it yet is just because it's the end of year. It's now December. Everyone's like winding down. It's Christmas, New Year. So when the new year rolls around, everything will start picking itself back up. And creating a list of people to reach out to, I just put it in a spreadsheet and then I put in the cell next to it a tick box. And if I've reached out to them, then I'll tick the box. What laptop do you use? Now, if you watch the most recent video on my channel, you'd know I recently bought a new laptop. The laptop I'm using now is a MacBook Pro. It's got 18 gigs of RAM and yeah, it's the black version. That's about it. But before that, the laptop I had been using was again a MacBook Pro, just I think the 2021 version. So this one now is the 2023 version, it says. What camera do you use? I use a Sony a7 IV paired with a 16-35 2.8. Yeah, it literally says it on the lens. That's the main setup I use. I'm obviously using it right now to film me. I also though do have a 70-200 f4. I got the 4 over the 2.8 because it's much smaller and lighter and you don't really need 2.8 at such a long focal length. So got that as well, and that's it. That's my camera gear. Do you send a sample video with emails? Yes, all the time. If you're sending a cold email without samples of your work, you may as well not send, well, you could still send the email, but why would you not include sample videos? You want to give yourself the best chance of getting a response from people. So always include a sample video or at least a link to like your portfolio if you have a website up, or even if you think your Instagram is like a good display of your portfolio, at least just put a link to your Instagram or something, or a screenshot or something. Do you think sending emails continuously with the same content will be listed as spam? I would say no, purely because what I'm doing, okay, possibly, because what a lot of people do with cold emails is just copy and paste the same shit, like the same word for word, just go bang, 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 and just send it off to everyone. But I've never really done that because I really like to tailor each email to each person that I'm sending it to. So really like going into a bit of detail about what I'd exactly like to do for them or what I know already about them and their content, and oh, I've seen you've posted stuff like this. I reckon I could do this better by changing this and changing this to what you already do. I'm never really sending the exact same emails word for word, but yeah, I guess the answer to that question is I don't really know. I would say no, but possibly if you're just sending the same thing like hundreds if not thousands of times a day. Is there latency when using AirPods whilst editing? I don't think so, but a lot of other people seem to say yes, that there is bad latency. with AirPods. But I don't really find that. I bought these. These are the Sony, whatever these are. You probably know what they are, but I don't know what they are. But I bought these last year, and connecting these over Bluetooth to the laptop, the latency was atrocious compared to the AirPods. Maybe I'm going mad, but I've always just used cheeky AirPods, though these are going to shit. Like, the volume's going so low on them because I've used them so much, and like my volume is always right as high as it can go on my laptop. Okay, now this is probably one of the best and most intellectual questions I received over the last couple of months. 21, I thought you were like 30. Go fuck yourself. Any reason you don't use the auto subtitles on DaVinci Resolve for clips? Yes, because I still use the free version of Resolve. Funnily enough, a lot of people seem to not believe that when I tell them that, but I'm probably gonna buy the Studio next year. I can type pretty quickly, so that helps as well, I guess. So yeah, that's why I don't use the auto subtitles. Also, I feel like the auto subtitles wouldn't do a great job. For example, when people are speaking like this, I feel like it's important for me to really highlight everything they're saying.
You know what it was? I felt with being there, but it was like everything. Yeah, it's a bit of Zen. Like I'll get fuck. We'll get fuck. I'd be super. You go.
How do you get good at short form editing? Just do it hundreds and hundreds of times and watch YouTube. There's so many fucking tutorials on YouTube about editing and subtitles and making pop-ups for your text and whatever. Like, there's so many videos on that. That's how you get good. Just watch YouTube and keep doing it over and over and over again. What editing software would you recommend? I would definitely recommend DaVinci. It's free, don't have to pay. That's the same thing. I find it easy to use. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I've just used DaVinci for so long. I started using DaVinci in like year 5 or 6 probably. Resolve is just second nature to me. This question's in regards to the previous videos on my channel. Are you reaching out to bigger comedians that already have editors, or are you looking for smaller comedians that are likely solo or don't yet have any kind of content manager? Both, and I had more success with the people who already had management. I think it just makes it easier when there's someone who's a little bit of a middleman who manages them, and you can sort of work with them closely while still working with the comedian. You just do things through their manager or agent or whatever. I had more success with people with management. Smaller comedians didn't really seem to give a fuck, which I found interesting, but yeah. Where do you get your music? All the music is from Epidemic Sound, not sponsored. How many hours is a quick turnaround time? A quick turnaround time is delivering your work and the client being surprised about it being delivered so quickly. That is what I would deem to be a quick turnaround time. If a client is expecting a video in 3 weeks and you do it in a week, well then that's still a quick turnaround time. And if a client says like, oh, can you do it in 3 days? And then you do it in 1, well then that's also a quick turnaround time. So open to interpretation a little bit, but yeah, a quick turnaround time is just, I guess, surprising the client with how quick you've done it. And the last question we've got, how long does it take you to edit a short form video from a long form video? I could do one if I was only doing one in maybe half an hour to an hour, I would say. Sometimes longer, depends what it is. That is the bulk of the questions and the majority of the things I got asked, aside from making that fucking video where I find clients. I've got a mad idea for that video, so definitely stay tuned for that. I hope you found this video helpful as well. I often find like after I make these videos and I'm watching them back and editing them back, I feel like what I'm saying and the advice I'm giving is either shit or doesn't make sense. But if you found this helpful, well then I'm glad you found it helpful. That's all from me. Stay tuned for the new year. Appreciate all the support as well. We're at 1,500 subs. Lovely stuff. The channel is making its moves slowly but surely. Catch you in the next one. Adios. Did the camera die? Oh, it stayed alive. Fucking oath. It's on 2%. Oh shit.